Get ready for a high-speed showdown as we take you inside one of the most dramatic moments in NASCAR history. It was Dover, and tensions were running high as drivers pushed their cars to the limit. Then disaster struck, a collision that would spark a heated exchange between some of NASCAR's biggest names. In the aftermath, opinions were divided. Was Ross Chastain really to blame? Join us on NASCAR Zone as we explore the events that led up to this explosive moment and the bitter rivalry that has grown between these talented drivers. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like to catch all the action. Ross Chastain, who competes for Trackhouse Racing and participated in the NASCAR Cup Series at Dover Motor Speedway over the weekend, was unmistakably himself throughout. The beginning of the Worth 400, which was initially planned for Sunday but eventually rescheduled to Monday due to bad weather, witnessed the driver of the number 1 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 causing chaos. Thanks to the exceptional speed of his race car, the man from Alva, Florida managed to compete at the front of the field throughout the entire 400-mile race. During the first stage of the event, Ross Chastain was spotted colliding with the number 15 Ford Mustang driven by Brennan Poole, with lap traffic ahead of them. Chastain was seen pushing Poole in an attempt to clear the track of vehicles as quickly as possible, causing the Rick Ware Racing driver to spin out of control. Kyle Larson, who was trailing behind the two, collided with the number 15 Ford as it spun, eliminating Poole from the race. The number 5 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 driver also sustained damage, dropping him to 32nd position and putting him several laps behind the race's frontrunners. Larson expressed frustration with Chastain's unnecessary aggression early in the race, which he claimed slowed him down and caused him to finish in the same position. It looked like Ross was just in a rush there. I suppose I had nowhere to go, but I hope our luck changes soon, Larson told pit road reporters after the race. We have the fastest car every damn weekend, but things just don't seem to work out. Larson remarked, it would have made more sense if it happened in the third stage or something, but that was in the middle of the first stage to make a mistake like that. After the race, a surprising moment occurred when Larry McReynold dropped a bombshell on Ross Chastain. Larry McReynold said, on lap 80, it was way too early. I have defended Ross many times, and I felt confident that I wasn't just doing it because I wanted to defend him. Everybody wanted to attack him after Talladega, but we came here and did next level, and there was a hole big enough to drive through. I cannot defend him on that. It was too early, and he was pushing the limits. You know, when my kids would repeatedly do something wrong and then say they were sorry, I would accept it. But eventually I went, you know what? I don't want to hear I'm sorry anymore, and this is the same for Ross. He has to figure this out. In the end, Ross Chastain finished as the race's runner-up. This was due to the fact that a lapped Kyle Larson made it difficult for Chastain to pass him and continue his pursuit of Martin Truex Jr., who was in the lead. After the race, the driver for Trackhouse Racing acknowledged on his in-car radio that he had made a mistake during the competition, as well as in post-race interviews. After his incident with Brennan Poole at Dover, Ross Chastain expressed regret and offered an apology. During the Worth 400 that took place on Monday, Ross Chastain was seen apologizing to the driver for Rick Ware Racing, Brennan Poole, with whom he had collided. The driver of the number 1 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, who finished in second place, discussed the incident in a post-race interview and stated the following. I first have to say I'm so sorry to Brennan, everybody at Rick Ware, and his team. I owe him a big apology and more. I want to get home from Skip Barber tomorrow, and I'll head over there and talk to those guys and make things right. Now, let's take a look at Martin Truex's victory. Martin was the first car off pit road during a late caution after his younger brother Ryan Truex won his first Xfinity Series race on Saturday at Dover, thanks to a 2-tire stop. He immediately overtook Ryan Blaney to grab the lead when the race restarted with 7 laps remaining. He claimed his first victory of the 2023 season by a .505 seconds over Ross Chastain, who had to stop for 4 tires on his final pit stop. Truex's 32nd career victory ended his streak of 54 races without a win in points-paying events that began in the 2021 season. Truex did win the Busch Clash practice race at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum prior to the start of the season this year. Truex has now won 4 times at Dover, which he considers his home track because he and Ryan are both from nearby Marietta, New Jersey. According to Truex, it feels incredible. We've been quite close, really. I wonder what's going to happen here, I thought, when we received the late notice, but James Small, our crew chief, made the wise decision to take 2 tires. We had a good restart and overtook Blaney there. He put me through the paces. I simply wish to express my gratitude to all those who remained loyal to us. We knew it was possible. We led laps and won races, but following the break between stages 2 and 3, all the cars in the lead made pit stops, and Byron was the first to exit pit road. Byron, Chastain, Blaney, and Truex followed him on the lap 259 restart. Chastain overtook Byron in turn 4 by driving around him on the outside with 114 laps to go. Keselowski was one of the first drivers to enter the pit lane on lap 326 for a final round of green flag pit stops to change tires and refuel for the end of the race. Truex took the lead after the lap 332 pit stops, with Chastain and Blaney following behind. With 25 laps remaining, Truex fought hard to prevent Chastain from passing him, while Blaney was in third and Hamlin was in fourth. Joey Logano had experienced issues throughout the race, and when he crashed on lap 387, the race was stopped for the 7th time. All the cars on the lead lap came to a stop, and Truex was the first to exit pit road, as he only needed to change 2 tires. Chastain was the first driver to take 4 tires, and he restarted in 4th place. The green flag reappeared with 7 laps to go. Chastain took the lead during a series of green flag pit stops and easily beat Byron to win Stage 2. Blaney finished 3rd, Truex 4th, and Hamlin 5th. Keselowski received a penalty for an uncontrolled tire during pit stops on lap 123 and was forced to restart at the back of the field. Logano and Bell were the first to make green flag pit stops on lap 188 to get new tires and refuel for the stage finish. Chastain took the lead after the lap 201 stops. Logano's number 22 Ford continued to cause him difficulties with 10 laps remaining in the stage, and he fell 3 laps behind. Hamlin was quickly closing in, but Byron was able to fend him off and win the first stage, marking his 6th stage victory of the 2023 season. Blaney finished 3rd, Keselowski 4th, and Chastain 5th. Due to rain, NASCAR's performance measurement granted Kyle Busch a spot on the front row for the race. Busch, who was leading at the time, was caught speeding during pit stops on lap 23 and had to restart from the back. On lap 35, a crash involving 3 drivers, including Daniel Suarez, occurred. The damage to his number 99 Chevrolet was extensive, which resulted in his withdrawal from the race. Busch was also affected by the incident. On lap 81, Chastain overtook Brendan Poole in turn 1. Following the overtake, Poole accelerated towards the top of the track and collided with Kyle Larson. Thank you for tuning in to today's NASCAR update. We hope you found the information informative and engaging. If you have any thoughts or opinions on the content, please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with the latest NASCAR news and updates. Share this video with your family and with your friends. We look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we'll bring you even more exciting NASCAR action. Stay safe and keep on racing.